Hello everyone, you are on the Elite Trading channel, Artem here, and today I will tell you how to earn if you are a beginner in binary options. In the old-fashioned way, I ask you to like this episode, leave any comment and subscribe to the channel. I also remind you that in the description you will find a link to Pocket Option with a 50% bonus on the first deposit. That is, if you deposit $300, $150 will be credited to you absolutely for free. And you are trading not with $300 but with $450, I think this is very profitable, so take it and use it. I also remind you that for those who find it difficult to trade and understand indicators, trends and so on, there is a link to my Telegram channel where I provide training and signals absolutely for free. You just simply join and trade with me, following my signals in real time. So I definitely also recommend subscribing to earn. Well, now, let's get started. I can't guarantee billions, but I will give some advice. So today is Saturday. I mentioned that regular currencies do not operate on Saturdays. And that's true, because the exchange rests on Saturday and Sunday. So only OTC quotes are available. Worries. We will trade on OTC. What is the difference between OTC and regular quotes? OTC is generated by artificial intelligence, while regular quotes are the actual quotes of real currencies, OTC. It simply allows us to earn additionally on Saturday and Sunday. Also, due to the higher profitability here, specifically 92%, there is more volatility. So, the price may not go where you, let's say, calculated it to go. So, how can we earn? I have two proven methods. The first one, which I think all my subscribers know, is to trade with the trend using counter trades. Let's see if there are any currencies here that have a certain trend. In general, I don't see any yet, but there is one. So this is from the previous video. Here we have an upward trend. So we enter the first trade for an increase, simply trading. A small percentage of the deposit. $10 is really too small a percentage for me, but I will conduct this video as a demonstration. We simply enter with a small percentage in the direction of the trend. If we see an upward trend, we enter the first trade for an increase. So for beginners, I explained the amount is the sum of your trade, the time is how long you enter. And the time you enter should, let's say, match the time frame you are looking at on the chart. Right now, I'm looking at the 1 minute time frame. There are 30-second, 2-minute, and 3-minute time frames. I think everyone understands this logically. I don't choose lines, bars, or Heikin-Ashi. I usually don't like candles. Perhaps it will be more convenient for someone to trade using lines. I'm not arguing, it's more convenient for someone that way, but I trade using candles, and as you can see, our first trade went well with the trend. If our trade goes well, we continue to enter in the direction of the trend. We do not enter against the trend. I accidentally clicked twice. There shouldn't be anything complicated in principle. Here in this currency pair, there is a clear trend, and therefore I do not advise beginners to trade on. I will show where we were at the beginning on such assets, because it is very difficult to understand where the price will go on such assets. It seems to move in waves, and if we had entered now for an increase, we would have seemingly earned, but it seems didn't earn, so we don't trade like that. We understand the trend is upward, so we enter for an increase. Let's finish this trade. If it goes into profit, great, but if it goes into loss, we enter with 2.5 times more than we initially entered. If we entered with 20, the amount we entered the trade is written here, and the total profit is written here. We enter with 50, which is 2.5 times more, but already in the opposite direction. Again, if we entered with 50, that is 2.5 times more than 20, and logically we receive more profit. With this profit, we cover all the losses from the previous trade, plus we also make a profit. Since the profit from $50 is 96, considering that we lost 20 in the previous trade, our net gain from this trade will be $26. Next, if the first catch-up does not work, we enter the second catch-up. I remind you that according to this strategy, I have only had more than 3 catch-ups. Once, not at all. It turns out there was only one fourth catch-up, and that was on video. I have not encountered such a thing again. People write in the comments that there are 8 catch-ups, 7. Guys, just send a screenshot where you enter this strategy 7 times in a row and nothing works for you. And you just lose 7 times in a row. Here please, the first catch-up is immediately a plus, immediate profit. Just send me a screenshot and I will believe. Without proof, I don't believe. 7 catch-ups and you will lose everything. Guys, it doesn't work that way. If you choose the asset correctly, if you enter correctly, nothing works. And I even had a video where I entered incorrectly. I just did the catch-ups correctly and I still did not have more than 4, so use it. This is the first strategy for beginners. It is very convenient, but it naturally requires a deposit of at least $200. If you really want to earn, if you just want to try, $50 will be enough. So, next is the second strategy, which basically works no worse than the first. It is absolutely necessary indeed to enter at the trend break. Here we have a trend line. We draw it. Since the trend was upward, we highlight the lows. Here we have highlighted the lows. We see that the trend was moving in waves upward. Suddenly at one moment the trend changed. Therefore, as soon as the trend changed, we enter for a decline. It is precisely at this moment when the trend changed. That is, right now I entered just for the video, but in general, you need to enter this moment. But strategy differs from the first in that here, you need to look for the exact moment. That is, you cannot trade as soon as you find a certain trend. You need to wait for the exact entry point. That's basically it. Also, for a beginner, you can trade stocks, indices, and generally other things, but good. Returns are only on currency pairs, because indices are 67, and even those are OTC indices. Stocks, 92, OTC, 84, OTC, 86. Well, I think that it's just Saturday now. And so 50 to catch up. I am catching up. We entered a downward position at 50 and 125 is the catch up for the upward position. So I think that on Saturday and Sunday, all stock markets generally operate. I believe that the returns on regular commodities are higher, of course, than in the 80s, but the highest returns, in my personal opinion, are on currency pairs. Currency pairs provide really good returns. Even regular currency pairs can yield up to 90. Well, I personally saw 89, an 89 return on a regular currency pair. Here, I haven't seen regular stocks yield more than 80. I've seen 80, but not more than that. So if you're a beginner, just trade currency pairs. It's the easiest, and I have a lot of strategies for them. And I remind you, if it's difficult for you, just subscribe to my server and follow the signals I provide. That's it. By the way, this is the second D-Gon in today's series, and although the trend is downward, the D-Gon worked upward. I don't know how it works. It's a company secret. Well, this was Artem with you. This was the first introduction for beginners. Here, I explained the basics and how to earn if you don't really understand anything yet. In the future, I will talk about indicators, how to trade on different time frames, and how to trade from support and resistance lines during a trend. Wishing everyone successful trading, good catch-ups, and just good earnings for all. Goodbye, everyone.